Yo, yo, this is Trades by Easel. Just jumping into a little Asia gold here. Markets had just opened, getting everything set up here. Looking for a push higher this evening. So let's get everything set up here. We're using the AutoX Bot. This is a automated bot system with everything set, target set, all the way to break even trailing stop on it. A really awesome bot here. This is the generator X that goes with the Autobot. Um, Once these signals get printed, these master signals on the chart, it will then take the trades. These are all of the conditions that have to be met in order for the trade to be taken. And I'm looking kind of for to test this point of control or possibly this value area down here before we go on or up. So we did get a bar close for a signal for a short. Again, I didn't take it, but we did get the signal for it. This being fully automated, if I would have had shorts on, this would have entered me into a trade. It would have gave me settling 2 at 30 ticks with a runner at 50 ticks. And it would have gave me a break even at the first target, and it would have trailed after that for the runner. Been a fantastic short though. And again, that's the power of automation bots is it just takes that emotional and bias out, and it just does what the bot sees, what it's seeing, everything entailed here. It's just such a fantastic tool. Alrighty, so it looks like we're holding that point of control fairly well here. MAs are turning a stab for a long here. We're going to put the stop below the point of control and the 6-8 retrace. Let's do to get a bullish shift, 5 minute, getting some volume. I'd like to see the volume continue to rise here. Hopefully this is the push out of this consolidation range. We shall see. Liking the volume rising here. It's almost 7:50 Eastern time, so I would say the next 10 to 30 minutes, this direction should be pretty on point here. So this is the value area of the volume profile session of yesterday. I'd like to see a strong close above this to indicate that we're going to continue on with the bullish trend here. Did get a pretty nice volume on this candle here, but again, lots of effort, results pretty pathetic. So that's definitely something I'm, looking out for is I would have liked to see a strong close on that bar. So, I wouldn't be surprised if time hasn't caught up yet for the move. So it looks like we did print a signal here on AutoBot X. We need to get a candle closure and it should enter us into a long.
Order submitted.
And there we go. So our stop loss is set at 30 ticks. Our first target is going to be at 30 ticks. And if this gets hit, we will then go to break even. And then 1 tick after break even, it'll start trailing. So we will see what happens with this trade here. We swept that previous day high just a little bit. So not enough for me to call that necessarily a sweep, but we did break a little bit and then we had that rejection. So we really need to be digging in here. So I'd really like to see us dig up into that. So we're approaching this value area. We're depending on this kind of reaction here is what I'm looking for. This is going to be a pretty strong level. Hopefully we can just blow past this. We don't get too much of a negative reaction here. But this would be something I would be concerned about. It appears the sellers are going to lose that battle, hopefully. If this continues to be a strong candle. Decent volume on that down push with buyers as well. You got to remember these are buyers and sellers in volume. And we countered it with the buyer stepping in. I like that candle a lot. It's off the 20 MA. Power shift as well on AutoBot X. Very strong signal here.
Order canceled.
First target hit. Trailer's in play now. On AutoBot X, first target was hit. This is our trailing stop.
Order canceled.
And full target was hit on AutoBot X. First target was hit on my manual trade. I'm going to move this to just below this 180 here. If this reverses, I'll lose the $5. I'm okay with that. This trade was a $110 trade, completely automatic. I did have to wait through this consolidation here on my manual trade, but it was really nice on the AutoBot X that once everything was in line, it went ahead and took that 100% automatic. I'm going to continue to hold this trade for my second take profit up here, or it'll come back and stop me out. Either way, we made money on this trade, so I'm happy as a clam either way. All right, I'm gonna probably go get some dinner. I've got our target, got our stop loss. Um, Again, I'm willing to lose $5 if it breaks this. I could put myself on a little bit of profit here, but I would much rather know that my stop is under here versus a little bit of loss if it does break it. With a little bit more time, the 200 is going to roll up here, so it will be under the 200. I am happy with this trade though. This was again a patience. I mean, I looking back, obviously I jumped in a little too early. When I jumped in up here, we had this volume spike, and I was thinking, okay, we're ready to go sweep this area, but you know, eh, being on a 1 minute chart, that's where you gotta be careful. It took a significant amount of time before that move decided to happen. Money on this trade, I think it was like $150 trade for my first take profit. If we can reach the runner here, it's 300 and some dollar trade, 310, 320, something like that when it's all said and done. A fantastic trade. That was three minis on three, not, it was three micros on gold here. I am feeling really bullish on gold though, so I do expect if we're going to go ahead and continue to climb here, we're going to get up into these levels. Um, but I'm going to just take what I'm comfortable with here, and I'm comfortable if we continue on this path that we'll reach that. Because sometimes greed can get the better of me, and I'm really trying to tame that beast. And instead of going for these out of the park hits, I take these base hits and stack those up. So I'll go get some dinner. I will be back, and we'll see where this trade ends up here. Let's be this last leg here. You can do it. Push, push, push. I'm going to move my stop to break even. We're at 30 some ticks. And actually, I'm going to sell. Well, can't do that. Let's do. Oh, I think we're just going to get it now.
Order canceled.
All right. We're going to
Order filled.
close them all for another winning trade of. That brings us to $182 on Autobot X. And are we going to get our target over here? Really want to just let it go. I've waited this long. Let's get that last little push up here. We are going to bring stop up though. 23872. Alright, so she comes back out and takes out that power bar. So be it. I'm going to take the 122. If not, she's going to tap her target. But one way or another, is I got some things I need to do, so I would like to wrap this trade up. Patience, young grasshopper. I mean, that certainly was close enough for me up there. If I wasn't focused on the bot over here, I probably would have just manually closed that out when I seen it up there. For me, close enough is close enough. But we'll still make great money on that runner if it does take out this bar. This is our profit for this evening, 182. We ended up taking 3 trades total, 2 winners, 1 loser. Our losing trade was right here. You're just not going to win them all, fortunately. But all in all, I will take the $182 for this evening and put a smile on my face. I did manually enter this trade here because of the reaction, and the price action. So that was a win on the manual. Okay, we are out of this trade. Looking back at this trade, if I wasn't multitasking, I definitely would have closed it up here, probably before target, given how late it is and how long I've been in the trade. This would have been a good bar to take a profit again. This third bar, and it's going to, very well reach up here and tag us. And I could have just cut myself a little short there, but I think we lost like, $40 profit by not giving it room. But this was a great volume bar with a great result. So to me, this is going to be defended. Now, I probably could have gave it a little bit more room, but fortunately, it's just been a long evening watching this particular trade setup. So moving forward, I will be obviously trying to pay attention to this particular right here where I cut myself short. I could have easily, set it on a, like this volume right here was pretty decent compared to these. So that would have been a pretty good bar to put it underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up though. I think all in all, it was a successful trading evening, and I will try to be back tomorrow for some more. And I know you guys want to see the target get hit, so let's just let this finish out here and smash that target real quick, so then we're all satisfied. Because I know we're not going to be satisfied until we see that smashed. I mean, nothing feels greater than when you map a trade and you see it go and hit your target. You can't always be with the trade, but when you start mapping the trades correctly, that's where I tend to find a lot of enjoyment in. And there we go. What a successful trade that was. All right, take care. So I just got done splicing that video together and I noticed the position of my charts were not right. So you couldn't see the Gamma X charts and Autobot X working. So I do apologize about that. I will make sure in the future that I have those set correctly.